Do you often find yourself repeating the same instructions to your child, only for them to ignore or forget them? It's frustrating when kids don't follow directions, but it's a common issue that many parents face. Whether it's at home, in school, or in social settings, children can struggle with listening or responding to requests. The good news is that there are effective strategies that can help your child develop better listening skills, understand the importance of following instructions, and reduce the chances of resistance. In today's video, we'll go over 5 practical tips to help you address this issue and encourage your child to follow instructions more consistently. Five tips. How to deal with kids who don't follow instructions. Tip 1. Be clear and specific with your instructions. When you give instructions, it's crucial that they are clear and easy to understand. Children may not follow instructions if they are too vague or complicated. The clearer you are, the more likely your child is to listen and comply. Use simple and direct language. Keep your instructions brief and to the point. Instead of saying, "Please pick up your toys and make sure everything is neat and tidy so we can have a clean living room," say something like, "Pick up your toys and put them in the toy box." The simpler your language, the more likely your child will understand and follow through. Be specific. Instead of asking your child to clean up, give them a detailed step-by-step direction. For example, first, put your books on the shelf, then pick up the clothes from the floor and put them in the laundry basket. This approach helps break the task into smaller, manageable actions and reduces confusion. Avoid overloading with instructions. Give one instruction at a time, especially for younger children. Too many instructions at once can overwhelm them, and they might forget or ignore them altogether. Start with one task and give them time to complete it before moving on to the next. Tip 2. Gain their full attention before giving instructions. Kids are more likely to follow instructions when they're paying attention. If they're distracted or preoccupied, they may not even hear what you're saying, let alone follow it. Get on their eye level. Children often listen better when you're speaking directly to them. Crouch down to their level or sit beside them so you have their full attention. This helps them focus on what you're saying and makes them feel more engaged. Make eye contact. Before giving any instructions, ensure that your child is looking at you. Eye contact signals to them that you are about to say something important. You can say, "Look at me while I explain what we're going to do next," to help them focus. Remove distractions. Ensure the environment is conducive to listening. Turn off the TV, put away toys, and minimize other distractions. It's easier for children to listen when they're not distracted by sounds, sights, or other activities around them. Tip 3. Ensure they understand what's being asked. Sometimes kids don't follow instructions because they don't fully understand them. It's essential to check whether your child has grasped what you're asking before expecting them to follow through. Ask them to repeat the instruction. After you give an instruction, ask your child to repeat it back to you. This ensures they've heard and understood it. For example, "Can you tell me what you're going to do now?" If they have trouble repeating it, you can rephrase the instruction in simpler words. Clarify with examples or demonstrations. Sometimes, showing your child how to do something is the best way to ensure they understand. If you ask them to fold their clothes, demonstrate the folding technique first, then guide them step by step as they do it. Use visual aids. For younger children or those who are visual learners, using pictures or charts can help them better understand the task. You could create a visual schedule with pictures of the tasks they need to complete or use flashcards with step-by-step instructions. Tip 4. Provide positive reinforcement and praise. Children are more likely to repeat behaviors that are rewarded. Positive reinforcement helps your child feel motivated to follow instructions because they associate compliance with good feelings or rewards. Praise immediately after compliance. When your child follows your instructions, praise them right away. This positive feedback helps reinforce the behavior. For example, "Great job putting your shoes away. I really appreciate that you did it so quickly." Be specific with praise. Instead of generic praise like "good job," be specific about what they did right. For instance, "I like how you listened to me and put your toys in the box without complaining. That was very helpful." Specific praise encourages children to repeat the action and builds their self-esteem. Incorporate reward systems. For tasks that are more challenging or that require more effort, consider using a reward system. A sticker chart or a points system that leads to a special treat can motivate children to listen and follow instructions regularly. This system also helps them visualize their progress and feel more accomplished. Tip 5. Set clear expectations and consequences. Setting clear expectations and following through with consistent consequences is essential for encouraging your child to listen and follow instructions. When kids know what's expected of them and the consequences of not following through, they are more likely to comply. Establish rules and expectations. Before giving instructions, make sure your child knows the rules. For example, "You need to clean your room before we can watch TV." This lets your child know what is expected and what they need to do first. Use logical consequences. If your child refuses to follow instructions, apply a logical consequence. For example, if you don't finish your homework now, you won't be able to play outside later. The consequence should be related to the action, so they can understand the cause and effect relationship. Stay consistent. Consistency is key in any form of discipline. If you don't follow through with consequences or fail to enforce rules, your child might become confused or start to ignore instructions more frequently. Be firm but fair, and make sure you stick to the agreed upon consequences. Dealing with a child who doesn't follow instructions can be challenging, but with the right strategies, you can teach your child to become more responsible and responsive. By being clear with your instructions, gaining their full attention, ensuring understanding, using positive reinforcement, and setting consistent expectations, you can help your child improve their listening skills and develop a greater sense of responsibility. Remember, patience and consistency are key, and with time, your child will learn to follow instructions with greater ease.